The representative meeting will begin with Professor Chun Young-woo of Korea Maritime and Ocean University, who is the Secretary General of the firm. Let's meet him. Please welcome him with a big applause.
I'm greatly honored to moderate this important representative meeting this morning. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks and cordial appreciation to all representatives of AMFUF member schools for taking time out of their very busy schedule during COVID-19 pandemic to promote higher education in the field of world oceans and fisheries and mutual exchange. Before the meeting starts, let me briefly explain the order and agenda items. The meeting will proceed in the order of 1. Introduction of representatives of members. 2. Partial revision of the constitution of our AMFUF. 3. Selection of host school for the next 2 years. 4. Introduction of an applicant member institution, and information sharing regarding any challenges in the operation of institutions arising from COVID-19 pandemic and how to cope with those challenges. And Q&A will follow, and finally, the chairman's closing. So that is brief of the meeting process. First, let me introduce the attending representatives of the member schools. When I call them one by one, please welcome him or her with a big round of applause. The order of introduction is as follows. Those representatives present here will be called first, and then those attending through online will be called in alphabetical order of member institutions. For the case of those attending through online, please raise your hands to identify yourselves upon being called. This is for the cameraman. Firstly, President, Professor, Chairman of AMFUF, Dr. Do from National Korea Maritime and Ocean University. Director General, Mr. Lee from Gyeongsangbuk-do Governmental Province, East Sea Rim Headquarters. President Mr. Dong-jae Lee from Korea Institute of Maritime and Fisheries Technology. Dean Professor Dr. Byung-won An from Mokpo National Maritime University. Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Ganapati from Chirubasagam Academy of Maritime Education and Training University. Vice President Professor Charin Ketchafun from Chiang Mai University. Principal Professor Zhao Bin Pei from Thailand Ocean University. Deputy Director Professor Peng Zheng from Thailand Ocean University. President Professor Oleg Shicheka from Far Eastern State Technical Fisheries University. Director Mr. Sang Nguyen Kuang from Ho Chi Minh City University of Transport. Dean Professor Akihisa Abe from Kobe University Graduate School of Maritime Sciences. Head Commander D.S. Bogawate from General Sir Kotela Defense University. President Vice Admiral FDR Professor Ecuador Ma Santos from Maritime Academy of Asia and Pacific. Professor Alexei Strelkov from Maritime State University, named after Admiral G.I. Nevelskoy. Principal Mr. Tun Lin Oh from Myanmar Mercantile Marine College. Vice President Professor Dr. Min An Lee from National Taiwan Ocean University. President Professor Dr. Min Jiang from Shanghai Ocean University. President Professor Dr. Xuan Duong Pham from Vietnam Maritime University. Rector Professor Parmen Kvedelis from Patumi Navigation Teaching University. Thank you for your cooperation. From now on, starting with a partial revision of the constitution of our AMFUF, this is the first agenda item. We will start the representative meeting according to the existing constitution. The Asia Maritime and Fisheries University Forum targets maritime and fisheries-related higher education institutions in Asia as its member schools. As our forum has become widely known in recent years, and there are cases where maritime and fisheries universities outside of Asia want to participate in our forum. Considering globalization and the fact that our forum need not to be operated exclusively, therefore, it is proposed to introduce a new Article 4 bis to allow non-ASEAN higher education institutions to participate as special members. After reviewing our constitution, I think that there is no need to have any provisions that limit rights and obligations of special members. This is because content or interpretation in our constitution can only be decided through a representative meeting like today. As previously announced, the proposed amendment was circulated already some time ago, and I think you have enough time to study it. And the content is as shown in the screen. If you have any objection or different opinion to this proposal, please let me know. If you agree, please show your consent by nodding or any kind of, sign. Okay, I see a lot of nodding. So that means that the proposed amendment, I think, gets a lot of support. So since there are no different views or objection, this proposed amendment is now agreed and approved unanimously and will take effect immediately. Thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Thank you. Next, I would like to select host schools for the 2022 and 2023 events. So far, Mokpo National Maritime University, located in Mokpo, Korea, has applied for the 2022 event. We, AMFUF, have a tradition of respecting a member school that wants to hold next event. But we still need another member institution for the 2023 event. Please indicate the intention of hosting the 2023 event. As I understand, most of the country have already hosted at least once. So I looked at the which institutions have already hosted this event. I saw that the Philippines hosted this event quite some time ago. President Santos, do you have any idea on the matter of hosting 2023 event?
Thank you very much, Secretary General, my friend Professor Jun. If I have no objections to hosting the 2023 event.
I see. Thank you. Well, since there is no member school who wish to host 2023 event now, perhaps this matter need to be postponed to the next year's event. So when we are meeting next year, perhaps that needs to be resolved. Thank you for your kind cooperation.
Secretary General, excuse me. I said I have no objection to hosting, so meaning I can host.
I misunderstood. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So, well, then, if there is any other suggestion, then since there are no other suggestions or opinion, I declare that it has been decided that the 2022 AMFUF and 2023 AMFUF will be held at Mokpo National Maritime University in Korea and MAP in Philippines, respectively. Thank you very much for your cooperation. So now we can proceed to the next agenda item. Okay. Finally, I would like to share information about how our member schools are coping with current COVID-19 pandemic and providing programs for students. The presentations will be carried out in the order of Maritime Academy of Asia and Pacific in the Philippines, and Academy of Maritime Education and Training University in India, and finally the Korea Institute of Maritime and Fisheries Technology. Please make your presentations within 10 minutes each. Q&A session will be conducted after all presentations have been completed. First, the Maritime Academy of Asia and Pacific, please make your presentation. Thank you, President Santos, for your very informative and excellent presentation, and also very accurate in timing. Thank you. Next is the Academy of Maritime Education and Training University in India. India, you have floor. Thank you for your very comprehensive presentation. Next, the last and not least presentation will be made by Korea Institute of Maritime and Fisheries Technology. Please come to the podium and make your presentation. Thank you, Professor Seung-Hee Choi. You have made a very informative and useful presentation. Since we are running out of time, we are going to have a Q&A session for only 5 minutes. Is there any comment or question for the presentations? Please show your intention of making comment or question. Yeah, President Do, our chairman wished to make one comment. Yeah.
I have a question to the President of Maritime Academy of Asia and the Pacific, Dr. Santos.
Yes, please,
Yes,
Dr.
yes.
Do, go ahead.
In your presentation, I could read well-prepared equipment to overcome pandemic for the students. By the way, in order to get the certificate as seafarers enlist, according to the STCW regulation, the students on board should experience at least 6 months on board. So how did you, overcome this problem, these issues?
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Do. Thank you for your question. The shipboard training for our cadets are supported by the ship owners. So the 1-year shipboard training is onboard training is on the ships of their sponsors from all over the world. So they provide that. What we provide at MAP with our training ship is to complete the 1 year. A cadet's contract on board ship, according to MLC, is only 9 months. Mm-hmm. So there's a balance of 3 months. Yeah. He cannot graduate until he finishes 12 months. So they do that on our training ship, and we do structured training on our training ship, and also fill up training record books. So we really don't do the 1 year shipboard training, President Do. We only do the familiarization, orientation, and augmentation OBT to complete 1 year.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. I understand what you want. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor.
We can have one more question or comment. Is there any? If not, we can proceed to next.
So, to the all audiences attending these conferences by online, I would like to request, and I would like to kindly ask you together to join these AMFUF members, especially for the non-Asian countries, non-Asian institutions, because the COVID-19 gave us an instruction for cooperation, especially in the field of maritime and the fishery areas. Because the pandemic and the climate changing problems are not restricted to one country, but open to all nations. So beyond the nations, I want to kindly ask you to join this AMFUF so that this AMFUF will solve the future problem in the field of maritime and the fishery areas.
Okay, thank you, President Do. Then Mokpo National Maritime University wish to make announcement. Please, Dr. An, please.
Thank you. Thank you giving us to have a chance to meet together 2021 AMFUF. In this beautiful city, Gyeongju, I really hope this COVID-19 pandemic finish and can meet all together in our university, Mokpo Maritime University, next year. Mokpo is very beautiful port. I hope let's meet all together without any worries next year. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Professor An. Then let me introduce an educational institution that wants to join us as a special member. It is Patumi Maritime Education University, located in Georgia. Patumi Maritime Education University, you have the floor. You have 5 minutes, short, please.
Good morning, everybody. I'm George from Patumi Navigation Teaching University. And today I want to give you a short presentation about our university to have an idea who we are and what we are doing. I hope that my presentation is on the screen and visible. But just a moment. Yep. So, as I mentioned, our name is Patumi Navigation Teaching University, and we are located in Georgia, city Patumi. I'm head of the International Relations Service at the university, and I'm a professor as well, teaching at the university. Next slide, please. I think it is not visible, but okay. So we are a private university. Mainly our profile is maritime transport and logistic. And so I would like to say some important the dates for the university. In 1996 as a maritime school. In 2002, International Maritime Training Center, Mercury, was founded at the Patumi Maritime College, Maritime School, and in 2007, it has obtained the status of higher education institution. In 2008, the award status of the teaching university was gained. Next slide, please. So we are accredited and authorized higher maritime education institution in the country under supervision of the Ministry of Education of Georgia and the Maritime Transport Agency of Georgia. And we are following the Bologna standards during in the process of developing of educational programs. We are not so big university, just we have the free campus in our university. Total area is 5,257 square meters, and for academic purpose we have 4,304 square meter. You can see from the slide, first campus on the first photos, and second campus and third campus. In this, in the third campus, we have maritime training centers for seafarers. We have in total 48 classrooms, 2 conference hall, cafe, gym, language laboratory, physics laboratory, chemistry laboratory, ships handling and maneuvering laboratory, engine room laboratory, and workshops at the university. And all stimulators, those are needed for future seafarers and the students those are studying at the maritime faculties. Next slide, please. Next, please. Yes, here are some laboratories, just to have an idea. First is pneumatics, hydraulics, and automation laboratories, electrical laboratory, high voltage installation laboratory. Next slide. Here we have GMDSS simulators, XD simulator, radar ARPA simulator, engine room simulator, bridge simulator, and liquid cargo handling simulator. Next slide. So about a little bit about our library. We have good books foundation at our library, mostly in English with the newest editions of the book in the industry. And also we have access to the literacy seamanship library and different scientific databases. Those are full with the maritime articles and publications. Next slide, please. Also, our university has a small training vessel, which is not so big, but it is the ship meets the requirements, which is required by the International Maritime Organization, and namely by the SDCW Convention. We are using this for training purpose. Next slide, please. Here are some photo materials where you can see how our students are practicing on the board of our ship. Next slide, please. So we have 2 faculties at our university. One is the Maritime Engineering faculty, second one is Logistic faculty. On the Maritime Engineering faculty, we have Maritime Navigation Bachelor Degree Program, which is taught in Georgian and in English as well, and Ships Engineer Bachelor Academic Program. Also, it is taught in Georgian and English. And under the Logistic faculty, we have 2 programs. One is Bachelor Program, Organization and Management of International Shipping, and second one is the Master Degree Program in Transport Logistics. Also, we are conducting the vocational educational program, and we have Maritime Lycée also for school children. Next slide, please. So for our university, internationalization and cooperation with foreign universities are the main priority. We are actively working on it to expand our cooperation network. At this stage, at this moment, we have more than 30 foreign partner universities from Europe and Asia. It's our desire to have more foreign partner university to have more opportunity to develop our activities, our university, and to get some other universities know-how and experience. Next slide, please. We are the member of the main associations in the industry. First one is the International Association of Maritime Universities. Even now I'm talking from Egypt because this association has annual general assembly these days and I'm attending. SAMI, Black Sea Association of Maritime Institutions, IMLA, International Maritime Lecturers Association, and also we are the member of the Nautical Institute. And hopefully we will be the valuable members of your forum, and we will be opportunity to make contribution for this forum and also to use this forum for our purpose as well.
Thank you.
Next slide, please. Thank you.
Please, Rector Kubatelis, please be short. We are running out of time, please.
Yeah, I just have two slides. Okay, no problem. So, please, last slide, if it is possible.
Last slide.
Thank you very much. Second priority direction for the university is research activity as well. We always organizing the international scientific conference for academic personnel as well as for students. We have a scientific journal registered in different databases, and it's open for our partner university and their academic personnel to publish their scientific works. And so we are always open to cooperate, to support our partners, and also the even these forums initiatives and very open to involve in any kind of initiatives which will be useful for both parties. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your interesting introduction. Official accession as a special member will be decided at the next AMFUF meeting in accordance with our Article 4bis and 5 of our Constitution. Thank you. Finally, I would like to thank all representatives of the member schools who attended this meaningful representative meeting. Lastly, let's invite closing remark from President of KMOU, Dodo Ki, who is our chairman. Thank you.
Well, I think it's time for us to speed up because the schedule is behind as scheduled. Distinguished representative AMFUF 2021, ladies and gentlemen, as chairman of the AMFUF and on behalf of the AMFUF Secretariat, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation for warm-hearted participation, all of you. Thank you very much again. Even under the COVID-19, we were able to host this AMFUF. Without your participants and concerns, this forum couldn't be continued. There is Korean old saying, one can go long distance alone, but cannot go far away and a long time alone. Being together made this AMFUF successful forum, I believe. Asia is being thought as the next leading community, and this community is tied very closely with the ocean. Obviously, I believe this AMFUF will play an important role in solving any kind of problems remained not only in Asia, but also in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to kindly ask you, all of you, of showing your continuous participation and support for the AMFUF for our next generation. I look forward to seeing you again in the next AMFUF, not online, but face-to-face. Thank you very much again. Thank you.